Here, power does not determine the outcome. Timing and reflexes define the boundary between survival and removal. Across the endless African savanna, the ground vibrates beneath the movement of massive herds. Danger remains constant. Each organism exists within a narrow margin between persistence and collapse. Raw strength alone is not sufficient. Success belongs to those that combine instinct, timing, and a rare moment of chance. When a chase begins, the outcome appears predetermined. The predator closes the distance. Probability shifts against the prey. Yet the savanna never follows a simple pattern. When escape routes disappear, resistance intensifies, muscle tension increases. Instinct sharpens. Life responds using all remaining capacity. No permanent ruler exists here. No role is fixed. Only the correct moment alters the result. High temperatures dominate the savanna. Direct sunlight presses the dry grass flat against the ground. Along the edge of the grassland, low-level movement appears slow, controlled, and deliberate. A group of lionesses separates from the main formation. They spread laterally, maintain stable spacing, and focus their forward field of view. At a short distance, a zebra herd grazes in a loose formation. Most individuals focus downward. Alert signals remain low. Within the herd, a juvenile individual drifts away from the center. Distance from the main group gradually increases. Stride becomes uneven. Speed decreases. One lioness adjusts her approach. Body height lowers. Movement amplitude decreases. Distance closes 1 meter at a time without sound. No warning signal appears. No early pursuit begins. A prolonged holding phase continues until position becomes favorable. When distance reaches threshold, the attack initiates. The lioness accelerates out of the dry grass during the first strides. Trajectory aligns directly toward the separated individual. Reaction occurs almost simultaneously. The juvenile zebra pivots within limited space. Body mass shifts forward. Both hind legs extend with force. The kick occurs at close range. The strike angle is direct. Force transfers fully at the moment of contact. The lioness loses balance. Attack trajectory breaks. Body slides laterally. The hunting formation halts immediately. No follow-up strike occurs. The hunt ends earlier than projected. No extended pursuit follows. The outcome differs completely from the initial calculation. Only brief marks remain on the dry grass. The hunting formation dissolves. The familiar movement rhythm of the ecosystem resumes. In close-range encounters, outcomes are not determined by size or maximum speed. They depend on a reaction sequence that occurs before a complete attack forms. Every movement follows order. Every response activates from a defined trigger point. In wild animals, survival rests on three core behavioral layers. Innate behavior. Neural reflex, experience accumulated through evolution. These layers do not function separately. They overlap and activate almost simultaneously when threat appears. Responses occur within extremely short time frames. No extended preparation phase exists. No testing occurs. The body transitions directly into action upon threat signal detection. Innate behavior activates first. These are movement sequences encoded within the body. No learning is required. No training is required. During first exposure to danger movements, already reach high accuracy. When a grazing animal pivots, lowers center of mass, and delivers a strike to create space, this is not random action. Strike, angle, timing, and force amplitude activate together following a fixed model repeated across generations. Neural reflex operates even faster. Signals travel through the shortest pathways. Central brain involvement reduces to a minimum. Response time compresses to a brief moment. The final layer is evolutionary experience. It does not belong to an individual. It reflects long-term selection. Effective responses remain. Ineffective models are removed. In each moment of contact, all three layers operate simultaneously. They determine survival within a time span shorter than a single breath. From an anatomical perspective, zebra defensive capability concentrates almost entirely in the rear body. The hip region is heavily developed with large muscle mass and high fiber density. The gluteal and thigh muscles account for a substantial portion of total body mass. This structure forms the primary force base for rapid acceleration and counter-strike movements. The pelvic structure is wide and the hip joints are strong. This allows a wide leg swing range while maintaining stability. Force is not dispersed. All energy focuses at the point of contact. When the hind legs leave the ground, the front body acts as a stabilizing pillar. This keeps the kick aligned and accurate. The lower portion of the hind limbs is reinforced by long, dense bones. The hooves are thick, hard, and able to withstand high load. The contact surface is small but rigid. This allows direct force transfer to the target. This structure is not only for locomotion, it functions as an integrated component of a complete defensive system. When threatened from the rear or flank, a zebra can adjust kick direction very rapidly. A straight kick creates pushback. An angled kick cuts the approach line. Angle changes occur within a brief moment. They depend on the position of the opponent relative to the body axis. Studies of hind limb mechanics in the genus Equus report that kick force in adults can reach very high levels. Recorded values range from approximately 1,000 to 1,300 pounds of force. This level of force is sufficient to cause severe disruption if impact occurs at sensitive regions such as the head muzzle or chest of the attacker. Field observations in Masai Mara have recorded multiple cases of lionesses sustaining injuries after direct collisions. Injury marks commonly concentrate on the face, jaw, and shoulder. Some individuals withdraw immediately due to loss of pursuit capability. In open ecosystems where distance determines outcomes, the zebra hind legs do not only generate speed, they create space. This created space becomes the key factor allowing an individual to escape a dangerous attack phase. Across the open savanna, giraffes present body dimensions that exceed those of other grazing mammals. total height can reach approximately 16 to 20 feet. Adult male body mass exceeds approximately 2,200 pounds. The neck extends to about 8 feet in length. Its structure includes only 7 vertebrae, which matches the count found in many other mammals. The difference lies in the length and reinforcement level of each vertebra. This allows the neck to retain flexibility while bearing heavy load. The body surface is covered with pale yellow hair, patterned with dark polygon-shaped patches. This pattern disrupts body outline when standing among sparse shrubs under strong sunlight. Detection from a distance becomes more difficult. In dry environments, giraffes primarily exploit food sources at elevated levels. Leaves, shoots and flowers from thorn-bearing trees form a large portion of intake. The tongue measures approximately 18 inches in length. It is thick and flexible. This allows access to thorny branches without causing significant injury. A tall body structure does not imply vulnerability. Giraffes possess a defensive system based on mass reach and direct strike force. The shoulder region is high. The front limbs are long and heavy. Combined with developed musculature, this generates strikes of substantial force. Biomechanical records indicate that front leg strike force can reach approximately 450 to 800 pounds of force. This force concentrates within a short contact window. When threatened at close range, a giraffe does not require extensive movement to gain advantage. By adjusting posture and lowering the strike axis, the front limbs can be delivered vertically or diagonally downward. Impact points commonly fall on the head or neck of the opponent. These regions tolerate force less effectively than the torso. Field records from major African reserves document numerous cases of predators sustaining severe injuries after direct encounters. Injury marks concentrate on the jaw, skull, and shoulder regions. With this size and strike force, giraffes do not rely solely on height for observation. The body itself functions as a complete defensive structure. This structure is sufficient to maintain safe distance within the highly competitive savanna environment. The African ground pangolin is an insect-eating species. It lives alone and operates at night. The body is covered by thick keratin scales. These scales overlap tightly and form natural armor. When a threat appears, the pangolin curls into a complete ball. No vulnerable point remains exposed. Predator claws, including those of lions, cannot penetrate the scale layer. The moment of immobility becomes the optimal defensive response. The pangolin does not attack and does not counterattack. Survival depends on maintaining body shape and silence. Each predator impact is absorbed or deflected outward. Defense remains total, while efficiency remains high. In wild environments, pangolin strategy remains simple but essential. Protective scales, combined with complete immobility, counter most predators. The pangolin persists through physical mechanisms and a minimal defensive strategy effective across harsh savanna conditions. African buffalo possess a heavy, low, and compact body structure. Adult body mass ranges from approximately 1,100 to more than 1,900 pounds. The head is large. The neck is short. Thick shoulder musculature forms the foundation for direct impact force. With a short acceleration phase, total body mass shifts forward. This produces a charge strong enough to disrupt predator attack formations. Buffalo strength does not reside in a single individual. It resides in herd operation as a unified block. During movement, individuals maintain close spacing. Heads face outward. Calves remain positioned at the center. This formation does not require complex signaling. It forms immediately when external pressure appears. When a juvenile individual is approached, response spreads almost instantly. Adult individuals change direction. Distance narrows. Formation density increases. Horns orient toward the threat source. No separation occurs. No exploitable gap remains. During direct confrontation, buffalo do not pursue. They advance along short lines. They compress space. They force the opponent to withdraw. Multiple field records show predators being struck, thrown off balance, or abandoning the attempt within initial seconds. Baboons are widely distributed across African savannas and forest edges. These environments offer open visibility and threats from multiple directions. Individuals do not operate alone. They maintain large groups with clear structure. Each individual holds a familiar position during movement and rest. When surrounding conditions change, responses do not occur randomly. Individuals at the group edge act as the first detection layer. A single unusual movement or scent triggers an immediate alert signal. The sound is short, sharp, and easily transmitted. The entire group enters readiness within seconds. The alert system does not stop at information transfer. It exposes the position of the approaching entity. The element of surprise is removed. Predators lose the advantage of silent approach. Safe distance is established rapidly as the group moves to higher ground or compresses inward. During high-tension situations, adult individuals move to the outer positions. Formation tightens. No prolonged direct attack occurs. The objective is to maintain continuous pressure through sound movement and group presence. This strategy does not aim to end confrontation through collision. It extends time. It increases predator risk. It forces reassessment of approach feasibility. When advantage disappears, the hunt typically ends without physical engagement. In ecosystems where speed and surprise determine outcomes, early detection and collective response maintain baboon safety. This represents a defensive system based on information, formation, and coordinated action. On the Savanna, survival is not determined by size or maximum speed. It depends on action timing. A powerful predator can fail if response delays by a brief moment. A smaller prey individual can escape through precise reflex response. Even minor errors alter outcomes. Distance, approach angle, response timing, all factors remain critical. When one detail is missed, the hunt can fail completely. This balance contains no emotion. It relies on force, speed, reflex, and strategy. No entity remains invincible. No absolute advantage exists. All outcomes are tested through each collision, each charge, and each defensive action. Nature remains severe. It measures behavioral efficiency immediately. It removes individuals that fail to adapt quickly. It also provides opportunity to individuals that utilize time and space effectively. In this open system, fairness appears through real outcomes. Survival or removal, no prediction exists. No concession occurs. Only correct action at the correct moment remains. Masai Mara extends where tall grasslands meet cracked river channels. The landscape changes by season. When rains arrive open, plains expand. When drought occurs, the area contracts. Migration routes continuously reshape space. The ecosystem is not fixed by geography. It persists through movement. Animal tracks are quickly covered by new dust. Each herd movement creates a distinct path. These paths adjust the activity pattern of the land. An uprooted shrub exposes roots and damp soil beneath. This indicates elephant water search activity. Along lower banks, antelope change direction. They avoid areas heavily trampled. Above, leopards descend rapidly. Bird flocks fall silent for several seconds. Flow continues without pause. Elephants dig water holes. These sites attract other species. Lions regulate prey herds. This maintains population density balance. Zebras guide migration routes. Giraffes observe from distance. Vultures complete the cycle by removing carcasses. Each organism directly affects the system. A single change in buffalo herd direction forces antelope to seek alternate shelter. A brief hesitation by a warthog slows movement along an entire riverbank. No species remains outside this flow. Every step, even minor, reshapes landscape structure and ecological relationships. Each movement links to the next. A continuous reaction chain forms. Observing Masai Mara means tracking each link, understanding connections, recognizing roles. This is Masai Mara in active state. It changes continuously. Each species contributes to wild system timing. Across the Masai Mara, plains savanna stretches to the horizon. Rivers curve through golden grasslands. Wildebeest and zebra herds move continuously. Each step requires caution. Predators remain present. Survival unfolds by the second. Lion vocalizations carry across the plains. They indicate the strict order of this environment. Within this system, one individual stands out. This individual is not the largest. Control occurs through strategy and movement timing. The early phase involves solitary movement. Wide plains and shrub shade are crossed. Risk remains constant. Each decision directly affects survival opportunity. Along this path, encounters occur with younger lionesses seeking position. Direct conflict does not occur. Coordination develops instead. A small group forms gradually. Movement synchronizes. Responses occur nearly simultaneously to threats. Instinct combines with experience. Group cohesion develops. Each individual learns reliance on others. Spacing remains controlled. Hunting and defense efficiency increases. Under this leadership, the pride becomes flexible and effective. Authority does not depend on brute strength. It depends on coordination, timing, and synchronized response. In environments where each moment determines survival, cooperative action becomes the primary advantage. A pride persists, not through muscle alone. It persists through order and strategy, followed by each individual. Each hunt, directed by the lioness, proceeds with near absolute precision. Every movement step is calculated. Every approach, direction, and target choice has cause. No moment remains unused. No decision occurs randomly. The pride learns full synchronization. Patience, concealment, and timing combine into a coherent behavior sequence. Each individual holds a fixed position. The body prepares for rapid movement and maximum force. When the hunt begins, the entire formation moves as a flexible unit. Rhythm remains stable. A zebra herd appears within an open field. They graze unaware of forming threat. Signals transmit from the leading lioness to nearby lionesses. 3 individuals respond simultaneously. Bodies lower, steps load force, visual focus locks onto the target. Distance closes rapidly, meter by meter. Stride by stride, Savanna silence breaks. Movement erupts with precision and control. The outcome does not rely on chance. The zebra collapses under coordinated force. No strike element is missing. Approach angle, launch force. Prey breathing pattern. The entire sequence reflects strategy practiced and embedded in individual reflexes. This event is not only a feeding occurrence, it demonstrates the effect of strategy and cohesion. In environments where each moment determines survival, perfect coordination and correct timing secure success. This maintains system stability across the harsh savanna. Lioness leadership is expressed beyond hunting behavior. Under her control, the pride expands territory from a limited initial area to more than 19 square miles. The new area contains abundant water sources and prey availability. This supports stable pride development. Each advance is measured carefully. Spacing between individuals is maintained to optimize movement efficiency and defensive coverage. Territorial expansion brings direct challenges. Other lion prides appear and engage in direct competition. Adult males with strength and competitive pressure repeatedly test position stability. Additional persistent threats from human poaching activity remain present. These threats are indirect but severe. Each confrontation leaves marks on the body and reflex patterns of Sienna. These encounters reinforce experience and command authority. Leadership strength is maintained through group coordination. The pride moves in synchronized formation. Responses occur almost simultaneously to any external threat. Each individual understands position and role within formation. This cohesion generates strategic advantage relative to other prides. Power on the savanna does not rely solely on muscle mass. It derives from decision-making capability. It derives from movement, rhythm control. It derives from collective coordination. Sienna establishes an efficient organizational structure. This structure supports both defense and resource use. Lions define hunting rhythm. Leopards regulate intermediate layers. Giraffes adjust position from distance. Elephants open water flow and create living points. Vultures complete cycles through carcass processing. Drinking occurs, observation follows. Hunting begins. Protection applies. Withdrawal proceeds. Recovery resumes. Each action connects sequentially and forms the life rhythm of Masai Mara. Balance is not determined by organism quantity. Balance emerges from how each species influences surrounding environment. Ecological rhythm persists through each footprint, each hunt, each water pit, and each prey lifted into branches. These interactions shape populations, maintain structure, and sustain life cycles. Masai Mara operates through invisible coordination among species. Each movement contributes to survival networks. All elements form a dynamic landscape in continuous change. Observation journeys have only begun. Each moment functions as a link within an ongoing natural sequence.